In this video, we are going to sort characters by frequency. Hello, I am Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Let's see the sample input data and we can talk about the question in detail. We are given a string yes, which are asked, and we are asked to sort in the descending order based on the frequency of character. The frequency of character means it's the number of times each character appears in the string. So in the given string tree, we have T appears once, R appears once, and E appears twice. So what we are asked to do is we have to sort based on the frequency of the character. So here it's EE, R and T. So why is R and T not T and R? Right? If there is more than one character the same frequency, then we sort based on the value, the character, right? So R comes first and then the T. So we have to do this in our program. To do this, we have to know the basics of dictionary, the three main points of dictionary. The first one is how to convert a string to a dictionary, which we have seen in a previous video also. Second one is how will you sort a dictionary based on the key value pair. And the third one is how to repeat the keys based on the values. If you see a list, basically, if you say A equal to 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, okay. So if there's a list, if they say sorted A, right? So when you do sort a list, it sort based on the numbers, right? It's ascending order 1, 3, 4 and 5. If you want to sort this in descending order, you say reverse equal to true. By default it's false. If you say reverse equal to true, it will sort you in the descending order. So what happens if you do this in a dictionary? We say D equal to this way, E or T. We can make T as 3, okay, because it's already in the alphabetical part of it. Sorted D, right? When you do this, the dictionary will sort based on the key. It won't consider the value. Even if you say reverse equal to true, it will consider only the key and then it will reverse it in the alphabetical order, right? So if you see this, T should be the first one, yes, second should be E, but R comes because based on the alphabetical order. So how will you make the value as the criteria for sorting, right? That's the second one. The third one is how will you repeat the keys based on the value. Like if you have E twice, then you have to show EE, and T 3 times, so 3 times T kind of thing, right? How will you do that? So we have to know how to do all these three, then you can answer this question, how to sort based on the frequency, right? Okay, now let's first do the first one, how to convert a string to a dictionary. So we have done this in couple of videos, right? Whoever saw my previous videos, you might have known how to answer this, but people who are new, let's start with this. If there is a string like this, what we do, we just start with a for loop, for I in yes. So what will this I do? It will read every character from the string. For example, if we say print I, it will just read all the characters one by one in the string, right? So what we do, we just say if that character in, we declare a dictionary here, in the dictionary, if it's in the dictionary, and then we just say the value of the dictionary will be incremented by 1. If not, you create a key value pair based on the value, right? So you can create the string with as a dictionary. If you want to see how it happens, you can just print here. So first time the T will be read, it will come and check if T in the dictionary is blank. So it will come to the else statement, it will create the key value pair. For R the same, it's the first time in the dictionary, so it will create a key value pair. E also the same, it comes to else statement here. The last E comes and will check whether it exists in the dictionary. Yes, it exists in the dictionary as E as 1 here. So it will come to the if statement, it will increment the value by 1. So E1 becomes E2, right. So your final dictionary is like this. So this is the basic for loop we learnt in couple of videos, right. So we can do a simplified version of this. Instead of doing if else statement, we can just say D equal to D plus 1 if I in D else 1, right. So we don't have to do the multiple lines, you can do it in single line and we can do that, right. So this also works. So in our 3 or 4 videos back, we just said instead of having the if statement, we can use the inbuilt function get I. If the value exists, it brings the key value, the value pair of it. If not, you just assign 1 and then you can just increment that by 1. So it will just read the dictionary and check if I exists. If I exists, it get that value and increment by 1. If not exist, it assigns 0 and just add 1 to it. So this also will do the same part of it. So T R E E twice, right. So this is the better version because it's easy to maintain the code and simple to read it, right. Okay, so this is the first part of the question, convert the string to a dictionary. We did that in 3 different ways. The second one is sort the dictionary based on the key value pair. Let's take a dictionary, my dict. Okay. Now, as you saw before, when you say sort, it sort based on the key, right. Now I am going to introduce something called lambda. So if you see that first function, right, whenever we start the code, I always say start with the function, right. Grow with data, get the input string, and then we just return the dictionary. So this is a named function. We put all the code in a function, and whenever you want, you can just call the function by the name, grow with data, right. Even if you want to call the function in the same class, in different function, right, you can just call independently and just say true. It will just bring you the output. This is a named function. Lambda is nothing but an unnamed function, and we can't call it anywhere else other than the code piece where you are using it. Let's start with that and you'll understand what it is. We say mine. Before that, how will you read a dictionary, right? People who are new to this channel, you might have surprised what it is. So better we can explain that. So the left part is called key, the right part is called value. So it's a key value pair is the main element of a dictionary. So if you want to read the key and value, what will do? For key val in my dict dot items. So items will read the key and value separate. Just say print key is equal to key and value equal to val, right. It will read the key value pair and the items and will just get assigned to the variable key and value, and we are printing it. If you want to see it directly here, like my dict dot items, right. So if you see this, you just have a list of key values. The first element is the key, second element is the value. Instead of saying key and val, if you can say I would say a, okay. When you say a, the key has to be a of 0 and value has to be a of 1. Okay. The same thing, when you say items you get 0 and 1. When you say how to say it, keys, right? Oh, key, two things. So when you say keys, it will get only the key in the list. When you say values, it will get only the values, and item will bring both keys and values. Okay, this is how you read a dictionary as a key value pair. Okay, now how will you get that in a sorting option? My dictionary dot items. Okay, so here we have a, right? The same, you can say item instead of that. It's easy to relate that. Item of 0, item of 1. We are splitting that as 0 and 1 as a key value pair, right? So that's what we are doing here. We just say the dictionary dot items key equal to lambda item. So we are reading that value, and then we say item of 1. When you do that, it will get the value, the frequency of it, and sort 1, 2 and 3. But we need the reverse part of it, the descending order. So we say reverse equal to true. So it will get the value and then it sort based on the value. If you say an element or any key which has the same frequency, for example here we are introducing another key which has the same frequency like orange, right? What will happen? It will just, okay, we are here. We just get grapes first and orange second. So when you in the alphabetical order, O comes first and then G, right? M O P G. Okay. Here it sorts properly. Okay. It in the reverse order. Okay, this is a part of it. When you say Z, okay. So when you see this, the Z has to go in the front, right? So because it starts with Z, it has to be at the second part of it. Orange has to come first. But this comes first because we say reverse equal to true. So it do the descending order. But what we need is, we need the frequency, the value as a descending order and the key as the ascending order. Right? How will you do that? So we just keep this on. We simply say, sorry, first thing is we have to sort based on the key value. We haven't tried that. Item of 0. So this is how you do the key value pair. We don't have to do Z, right? So when you do this, we call the value first and then the key next. So we sort by the value and then the key. That's why orange comes, O comes first and then G comes next, because of the reverse part of it. If I don't want to do it, if I remove the reverse equal to true, the key value will be in the alphabetical order, but the value, see, it's not in descending order, it's in the ascending order. So how will you mix the value as descending and key as ascending? Simply we can just do a minus part of it. So it will consider the negative value. Instead of 3, it will consider minus 3. So it will come first as ascending order, and the 3 will be sorted in the descending part of it. The only twist we did is we just treat that as a negative. So the ascending order itself will bring this, indirectly bring the value here. Okay. So we get the sorting part as a descending for the value, and then the keys is in the ascending order. So this is the second question. The third part is, how will you repeat the keys based on the values? Okay. So here we have apple. So we say apple, apple and apple, and grapes twice, grapes and grapes, and orange, and then banana. We have to repeat the keys based on the values. How will we do it? Let's get the dictionary here and the sorting part here. Okay. Now we have this key and value part of it, right? Now how will you repeat it? Basically we have the for loop, for I in sorted. So I is the variable which holds both the key and value, right? If you say print I, you get apple 3. So if you say 0 and I of 1, you split that to apple and the frequency. If you simply say into, you say apple and apple. If you want to have comma in between, we just say comma. It kills it, so because we don't have the parenthesis part of it. So if you don't have parenthesis, the multiplication get the priority. You just do comma 3 times and then this one is 1. Apple plus, sorry, you get twice, right? I got distracted. Okay. So value plus comma into this. So if you want to bring everything into a single line, we just say end equal to this. So it will bring everything here. If we have a list, for example, we say my dictionary is this, my dic dot keys, right? If you have a list like this, what will happen if you say join, right? If you say join a list, it will just add apple, banana, grapes and orange like this. If you put comma in between, it will just use comma to join this. If you combine the multiplication part here, then it will be easy to bring this as a string multiplied by the values. So we are going to combine this multiplication logic as well as this join part to get the keys multiplied by the values. Okay. So the 3 key parts we did. First one is how will you convert a string to a dictionary? We got 3 different options how to convert it. Second one is how will you sort a dictionary based on the value and then the keys? We did that. The third part is how will you multiply the keys with the values and combine that and make it as a single string. All 3 are done. Now we are coming to the main question. How will you convert a dictionary? Let's say they repeat the characters based on the frequency part of it. Okay, let's start with the input string yes. Okay, this is what the string is. Now we go with our favorite function, growwithdata. So what we have to do first, convert that to a dictionary. For, can you copy this because we typed it so good. So indentation problem, so we do a tab. Okay. So for I in yes, we save that in a dictionary. Now we need to have a variable which stores the string. For items in, we have the sort part of it, right? So where is the sorting part? Here is our sorting part. So now we can just use this, okay, or we can do that too, no problem. So my dictionary becomes D. So we have for loop. Now we say key and value, or we can just say key and value, right? Key val here. we say print, let's see if it works, key into val. So we have to call the function. EETR, right? So it multiplies the right way. So what we do, we just assign that to the output variable, the result, the string here, right? We just do that. Now we return the result. Return, right? Now you get E, E, R and T. If you want to go with multiple values, we can use our assert function. Where is it? ASSERT, assert. ERT, not TR. ERT, right? So we have three different variables, and then we can see if that passes the test, everything looks good. Even if you have capital and small, we just sort based on that, right? Great. So this is the easier way to create a dictionary and then sort and then use the key value pair and multiply it. All the three steps we learned before, we put that in one code and we did that. So can we do that in a single line of code, right? That's our favorite part of it, right? So the dictionary part, yes, we can't do much, we can just keep that. The key value pair, can we do that in a single part of it? Let's try. We can do the return thing. Okay, let's keep it here so we can compare that. So same for key value in the sorted part of it, we just say the list, you can say, anyways you can just say key into val, right? So this is what the normal thing, right? We can comment this out. So see what will be the output. We delete this. So sorry, when you call the function growwithdata, we can do this later. Okay. See, when you do this, it will create a list E, R and T, right? So this is what we did before. Now we use a join part. Join the list. So it becomes EERT. If you want to see the differentiate between it, you can just put a comma for it, but we need the string like this. Alright. So instead of having one or two lines, we can simply use that as a single function. Right. So this looks much better. If you want to check with other variables, let's go with it. Awesome. So what we did, we had three steps: convert the string to dictionary and then sort it and then multiplying it, and we just implement everything in single code, create the dictionary, sort it and then you multiply it. And finally we just did everything in a single line of code after creating the dictionary. This looks so simple and elegant. So this will be much better option when you go for the interview and give this to the interviewer. Hope you like this video and thanks for watching.